Hey guys, Steven here. So this is the first video for this new channel. Set up a new channel because I've been working on some new stuff outside of us playing video games. Daniel and I have gotten into playing D&D with a couple of friends. We have a weekly game, try to play weekly, and there's about 5 or 6 of us that play. And so since we started playing that, I've gotten into creating tabletop terrain and several other things. So I've got lots of projects going on and thought I would start a new channel to feature some of those projects. And then we're also going to be selling some of the projects on Etsy. So I thought this would be a good place to post videos that are specifically about tabletop terrain versus video gaming. So I want to show you a couple of things I've been working on. So if I pan over here, you can actually see in the background, I've been working on a big dungeon set. So this is a 46-piece dungeon set that I've been working on. There's some more pieces over here and a tower that I'm actually working on. So let me show you some of these pieces in detail. So the dungeon set is made to be modular, and I have to, of course, throw out some thanks to a bunch of people that I've been watching videos and learning how to do this. So I've been using the HerstArts molds. So let me show you a couple of those. If you haven't ever heard of HerstArts, so these are some molds. These are the basic molds I've been using. This is the basic brick mold. And these are silicone molds. I've been using Merlin's Magic, which is a high quality, high density dental plaster to make my pieces. So I've got that mold. I've also got some custom molds that I've already made. So I figured out pretty quickly that I needed to make some custom molds. So this is a custom mold that I made from some pieces that I'd already casted, and I needed to make a lot more of them at one time. Otherwise, it was going to take hours and hours to get the pieces that I needed. So that's where we start with those. I've got about 6 molds now, including a couple of custom molds that I made with some smooth on. I think it was smooth on. It was Umu 30, the silicone mold. But I'll do some videos about that, how to do that. I'm going to do some videos in detail of how to dry brush, how to cast, all the way from casting, and then gluing, basing, painting, and everything, just to kind of contribute to the space. There's not very many videos on YouTube outside of just a few people that go through those different steps, and everybody has kind of their own way of doing it. So the people that I've been, just kind of watching everything they do, go back and watch all the archives and learn how to do this stuff. Dungeon Master Johnny, Dungeon Master Mark, Matt over at A Fistful of Dice, and then Ben's RPG. And there's a couple of others, but I've pretty much consumed every video that they've put on online about creating tabletop terrain. So a big thanks to those guys, especially Dungeon Master Mark. I've reached out to him several times via email with questions about plaster and things like that. I've even purchased one of his really cool gelatinous cubes that he has, so check out his channel. I'll put a link down in the description. Pretty cool stuff. So I want to show you a couple of these pieces I just finished this literally like an hour ago. My first time dry brushing a full set like this, and so I'm sure I'll get better at it as I go on, but I'm pretty proud of this set. Like I said, it's 46 pieces, and everything's modular. So we've got big tile pieces like this. So this is the 1.5 inch. We don't really use a grid in our game, so I wasn't worried about the size of the pieces at all. And I like the 1.5 inch because I can cover a lot more space with less tiles. So this is a big 6-inch piece, and then I've got smaller pieces that are 4.5. So this is actually a floor tile that you would use to create the base of a floor, and then you can pop this piece out in the middle. And I got that idea from Dungeon Master Mark, so there's the piece. It just easily sets in there and then pops back out if you need to do that. And I'm actually thinking about, so there's another one. I created 2 of those pieces, and again, easily it just comes out. And so you can set that back in there like this. And so what I'm thinking about doing is actually we've got a lot of crystals here, so we collect rocks and crystals, so we've got a lot of these just quartz crystals laying around, so I was thinking about maybe putting that in here, put a couple of other small quartz crystals around that, glue that on, so that when you pull this piece out, actually you can use this as an interchangeable piece or a modular piece in the middle. And then you can also just remove it and then place maybe a trap tile in there or something like that. So that's a pretty cool piece that you can use for all kinds of things. I've also got these little geode, so this is from the inside of a geode, little rock formation there. Lots of different things. I don't know what I'll end up doing, but I'll post an update when I do that. Then I've also got just a small 3-inch tiles. So there is a 3-inch tile versus the 6-inch tile. And then I'll show you actually how to set up a room with these here in a second. But here's my wall pieces. So I can take this and I put these around a 6-inch piece or a 4-inch piece or a 3-inch piece and actually make different size rooms. And this is the style. I got this style from Dungeon Master Mark. I really like how the wall pieces are completely modular as well. So you can actually just take 2 of these wall pieces, and I've got, I think there's 8 or 9 in this set. So you can take 2 wall pieces and make a really wide hallway like that. Or you can take a bunch of them and make a room, because there's actually corner pieces as well. So these are the corner pieces. So you can see where I'm going here. So you can put this around, and then you've got a corner of a room, and then keep building around. You can also use these as a corner of a hallway. So another piece that I've got is the hallway piece, like this. Again, you can just use that corner piece and then make a turn in that hallway, just like that. Also, I have a 4-way. I actually saw this. This is kind of got the inspiration for this from Dungeon Stone. So that is a 4-way, and I can attach the hallway pieces onto that like this. And then you can go out with different ways. And then if you actually didn't want to use all 4, then I have some termination pieces that I made. So these are hallway terminators. And so you can put that on the end of the hallway, or you can put it on the end of like this 4-way if you wanted to end it like this. So just trying to make this piece, I wanted to make these pieces less pieces, but make the pieces much more modular than sets I'd seen. So I've also got small hallways for just little adjustments that I need to make if I wanted to end something. So you can see how this lines up with the Terminator. So you can make just a little small, and you can actually use this and make a little small room. So a little small hidden room behind a door. That's one of the things I've got to figure out how to do. Is I've seen lots of different ways of making doors. Dungeon Master Mark has several different ways of making doors. So what I would like to do is figure out how to make a doorway that has a frame over it, and then the door actually moves. So on a hinge. So I've got to figure out how to do that, the hinge method on that. Let's see. I've actually got a stairway. So one of the recent dungeons that we went through in one of our big campaign that we're in, we actually went from level 1 to level 2 to level 3, and then went back and forth. And so that's a little stairway, just a straight stairway versus a spiral stairway. And that's one of the next things I'm going to add to the set is a spiral stairway. Dungeon Master Mark has a really cool way of setting up a spiral stairway to transition to a different area. So I'm definitely going to do that. Let's see. So I just have lots and lots of those pieces that I can use in different ways. And then this is the piece that I'm really proud of. So my father-in-law has also gotten into this hobby, and we've both been ordering different molds. So we've got, between us, we've probably got almost 20 molds now, and lots of custom molds too. And so this is one of the custom molds. He actually created this face piece. So I'd mentioned to him that I wanted to make some kind of like demon doorway or wizard doorway, and so this is our first attempt at it, and I think it turned out really, really great. So he actually made this face piece and then inset that into this frame, and then I created the frame around here. This is so that it lines up with all of my other pieces, so you can see how this lines up here. So that lines up, and you can put that in a hallway, you can put it on one side of the room. And then there's actually a beard piece that goes in here. So if you use this as a single piece, I actually did it double. So it has a front and a back. So you can put a room here, you can put a hallway on the other side. And that way when the characters walk through, then there's a matching door on the other side. We actually just used this the other day before I even painted it. In our campaign, the DM was nice enough to work it into the game. And this was a speaking door, and we had to speak to it and answer a riddle before we could go through the door. So really, really cool. And actually just a few minutes ago, I posted this on Facebook, and Dungeon Master Johnny pointed out that I could put some cool stones here. So I think I'll give that a shot, and that would look really, really cool on the table. So that's how that looks on this side. And this is kind of a prototype. So I expect the next pieces that we do, we're going to go several more of these this weekend, because I'm going to list some on Etsy and see just what kind of reaction I get on Etsy. So my pieces are actually on foam board. I cut these at a 45 all the way around, and then just regular foam board there, so you can see there's the thickness. And so yeah, pretty proud of that piece. So let me see. I'll just set this up real quick so you can see how this works. I'll set up a big room, and you can see how quickly this actually works. So let's set up these pieces. Set up the hallway. Alright, so this is how it would work. So you can see there, maybe all in shot there. So that's the room that I just quickly set up. Of course, it could be lined up a little bit better, but I've got a hallway leading in, and then that's just using probably about a third of the set or so to set up that room. Really, really quick to set it up. Let me see if I can turn on this light here. See a little bit better. So that's the effect that you get. Another piece that I have been working on, we ordered a couple of tower molds. So let me set these over here. We ordered a couple of tower molds as well, and so my father-in-law has actually already built one of the 4-inch round out of the basic brick, and then I've also got the fieldstone tower as well, so I'm working on that. I'm actually working on a dice tower made out of the fieldstone tower, so it actually goes up, it's the full 4-inch tower, and then has a ramp and a little made out of foam board, and so you drop your dice on the top of the tower, and then they come out the door at the bottom. It kind of rolls your dice for you. So I'm going to try that out and just see how that works. So this is the tower that we just recently did. So, and of course, this is all modular too. It all comes apart. Spiral staircase down the middle, so you can see that there. It goes all the way down. And then I actually played with a little bit of flocking, put some foliage on here. So there's that. You can see the top there. So pretty cool piece. And there's some of the detail with the flocking. Kind of carried that all the way down. And then I've also got a base. So here's a little modular base that goes on. And that's actually just made out of foam board and kitty litter. So some of this stuff is really deceptively simple. And I've got this piece listed on Etsy as well, so make sure you check out the Etsy store if you're interested in that. Just playing with some pricing on there to see how it goes. Not sure how much this stuff goes for. I've seen prices ranging from like $30 for one of these towers all the way up to $120. Of course, that depends on the level of expertise used to create it. But everything it takes a while. It's all handcrafted, hand painted. Everything's built by hand. So it does take a while. So I do think it's worth a bit more than $30. But I think I've currently got this tower on there for $70. I'm probably going to reduce that and just see how much I need to reduce it to actually move a unit, and then go from there. And not looking to make a living off this stuff. Just have a lot of fun building it, and I have a feeling if I keep trying to perfect the craft, I'm going to end up with huge piles of stuff. So I'm going to pan it here and let you see. This is my workstation already. So I've got this area here. There's my wife's crafting table over there, and I've already got all this stuff collected up, and then goes over into the corner as well. Lots of paints. I've got, let's see, already have drawers and drawers of just stuff that I've casted up and then waiting to work on. We've got a bunch of trees that we're working on. Right now my wife makes these little trees with pedestals on them. So we've got a bunch of that we're working on. So lots and lots of stuff in progress. And I've been trying to work on this a little bit each night and then on the weekends as well. So anyway, that's kind of the introduction and update video to get this channel started. If you like this type of thing and want to learn more about it and like to share ideas back and forth, then please like the videos and of course subscribe to the channel. And I will try to post at least one video a week, if not more. Probably do a video each time I do something, just so you can see what kind of progress I'm making. And of course check out our Etsy shop, and then check out our other channel if you like video games. We play Minecraft, World of Warcraft, all kinds of stuff, Terraria, Torchlight, lots of different video games, RPG games that Daniel and I like to play. And so you can hop over to that channel and check that out if you're interested in that as well. So until next time, that's all I've got for you. Thanks.